Hello and welcome to Endeavour's GK Capsule for the first month of the year 2021. It was a mixed beginning of the new year with some positive and some negative news. Coronavirus vaccination drives are launched in most of the countries this month. However, the month also witnessed violent protests both in India and America. Let us look at these and other highlights of the month. The first category is awards and recognitions. Padma Awards for the year 2021 were announced on the occasion of Republic Day of India. Padma Awards are one of the highest civilian awards of the country. These awards are conferred in three categories, namely Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri. A total of 119 Padma Awards were conferred this year. The list includes 7 Padma Vibhushan, 10 Padma Bhushan and 102 Padma Shri awards. The award winners include 10 foreigners, 29 women and 1 transgender. The Padma Vibhushan winners are former Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, famous singer S.P. Balasubramaniam, cardiologist and educationist Dr. B.M. Hegde, physicist and researcher Narinder Singh Kapani, Islamic scholar Maulana Wahiduddin Khan, archaeologist B.B. Lal, and famous sculptor Sudarshan Sahu. For a complete list of all other award winners, please refer to the first comment below this video. Along with the Padma Awards, government also announced a list of gallantry award winners on the occasion of Republic Day. Colonel B. Santosh Babu, the commanding officer of 16 Bihar Regiment, who along with 19 other Indian soldiers was killed in a brutal clash with the Chinese soldiers at the Galwan Valley, posthumously received the Mahavir Chakra. Mahavir Chakra is the second highest wartime gallantry award of India. 5 other Galwan bravehearts received Veer Chakra, which is the third highest wartime gallantry award of the country. For a list of all other prominent gallantry award winners, please refer to the first comment below this video. The next category is persons in news. According to the first release of Bloomberg's Billionaire Index for 2021, Elon Musk has become the world's richest person with a net worth of $195 billion. This is approximately $9.5 billion more than Jeff Bezos. This was made possible by an unprecedented rise in Tesla's share prices. Tesla's share price has jumped by 743% last year on the basis of its consistent performance. Elon Musk, the CEO of both Tesla and SpaceX, has seen a dramatic shift in his fortune. In the fastest bout of wealth creation in history, Musk had added $165 billion to his net worth over the past year. Though majority of his net worth is tied up in equity of his companies, including Tesla, SpaceX, and the Boring Company. Musk claimed to have little interest in the material wealth. His laid-back response to the news of becoming the richest person on earth was only a tweet. In an interview during December, Elon Musk said that the main purpose of his wealth is to accelerate humanity's evolution into a spacefaring civilization. Famous Indian fashion designer Satya Paul passed away at the age of 79 years. He died after suffering a heart attack last month. Satya Paul was best known as the designer who reinvented the sari for contemporary women. He was a pioneer in the field of fashion retailing. He launched the first sari boutique in 1980 and in 1986 he launched India's first designer label. Let us now look at major highlights in the category of national news. India celebrated its 72nd Republic Day on 26 January 2021. The main parade was organized at Rajpath in New Delhi. The Republic Day parade this year was a low-key affair amid the COVID-19 pandemic. After British Prime Minister Boris Johnson expressed his inability to come, no foreign dignitary was invited as a chief guest to this year's Republic Day event in New Delhi. However, a contingent of Bangladeshi army participated in the Republic Day parade this year to mark the completion of 50 years of the liberation of Bangladesh from Pakistan. This year's parade also saw the participation of the newly acquired Rafale fighter jets. Flight Lieutenant Bhavna Kant became the first woman fighter pilot to take part in the Republic Day parade. The tableau of Uttar Pradesh themed on Ayodhya was adjudged as Best in Republic Day Parade 2021. However, in a sad turn of events, unruly scenes were also witnessed at the Red Fort on the Republic Day when some members among the protesting farmers entered the capital. This led to clashes with the police. It was with great efforts that the chaos could be controlled by the police. India launched the COVID-19 vaccination drive on 16th January. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the rollout of vaccination drive via video conferencing. Currently, 2 vaccines are being used in this phase of vaccination drive. One is Covishield, manufactured by Serum Institute of India, and the second is Covaxin by Bharat Biotech. Out of the two, Covaxin is the indigenously developed coronavirus vaccine of India. The first phase of vaccination drive launched on 16th January has aimed at 3 crore frontline health workers. The next phase of the drive, targeting 30 crore most vulnerable individuals, will commence in March. Along with that, India has also started the supply of COVID-19 vaccines manufacturing in India to other countries like Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Maldives, Myanmar, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and Seychelles. The Supreme Court of India has given the approval to the Central Vista project. The Central Vista project is an infrastructural development project to renovate 86 acres of land in New Delhi. It includes landmark structures of Indian government such as Rashtrapati Bhavan, Parliament, India Gate, and North and South blocks. In April last year, a petition was filed in the Supreme Court challenging the centre's decision to renovate the area. The petitioner argued that the project violated the master plan of Delhi and was also damaging to the cultural and heritage values of these buildings. The Central Vista project was also criticized for its timing during the pandemic-induced economic crisis. The project will cost approximately 80,000 crore rupees. The Supreme Court heard the matter and gave its final verdict on 6th January. The 3-judge bench of Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Central Vista redevelopment project with 2:1 majority. Let us now look at major highlights in the category of international news. Democrat leader Joe Biden took charge as the 46th President of the United States of America on 20th January. At 78 years, Joe Biden is the oldest president in US history. Kamala Harris also took oath as the Vice President. Kamala Harris, the daughter of Indian and Jamaican immigrants, became the highest-ranking woman in US history and the first person of color as the country's vice president. However, 2 weeks before the inauguration of Biden's tenure, on 6th January, Donald Trump's supporters caused violence and rioting in Capitol Hill complex. American Parliament is situated in Capitol Hill complex. The high drama led to the second impeachment motion against Donald Trump. The impeachment proceeding, however, could not be completed as Trump's tenure as president ended before that. On his very first day in office, President Joe Biden issued 17 orders, most of which were to cancel earlier orders of Donald Trump. These include USA rejoining Paris Climate Agreement and WHO. India began its 2-year tenure as a non-permanent member of United Nations Security Council on 1st January 2021. The United Nations Security Council has 5 permanent members and 10 non-permanent members elected for a 2-year term. This is the 8th time that India has joined 15-membered United Nations Security Council. India is accompanied by 4 other countries as non-permanent members this year. These are Ireland, Kenya, Mexico, and Norway. The next category is from the field of business, economy, and industrial sector. According to the latest report by the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, India and China are the 2 major countries who defied the global trend of falling foreign direct investment. While the overall global FDI fell by 42%, India recorded a positive growth of 13% in 2020. This is the highest growth among major economies. In comparison, China recorded a growth of 4%. However, with $163 billion in FDI inflows, China has become the world's largest FDI recipient. China surpassed USA, which received 134 billion in FDI during 2020. China witnessed FDI mostly in pharmaceuticals and high-tech industries. India attracted a total FDI of $57 billion. Majority of this inflow was received by digital sector in India, especially Reliance Jio. Shivalik Mercantile Cooperative Bank, or SMCB, has become the first urban cooperative bank in India to be transformed into a small finance bank. It has received the commercial banking license from RBI and will start its operations as a small finance bank from April 2021. Small finance banks are banks which provide basic banking services at a smaller scale. Their area of operation is generally restricted to 1 or 2 states. RBI provides the license to operate as small finance bank. The aim of these banks is to provide banking services especially in unbanked areas. The SMCB has a network of 31 branches and 4 lakh customers, mostly in UP and MP. The next category is reports and rankings released this month. Oxfam International has released its latest inequality report. This report was released during the Davos meeting of the World Economic Forum. The report is titled The Inequality Virus. It has found that the COVID-19 pandemic has deeply increased the existing inequalities in India and around the world. India's richest 1% holds more than 4 times the wealth held by the bottom 70% of the country's population. The combined wealth of 63 Indian billionaires is higher than the total union budget for the year 2019. Globally, the richest 2,000 billionaires have more wealth than 60% of the world population. According to the report, the wealthiest individuals and companies are undertaxed and government should impose wealth tax on them. Environmental NGO German Watch released the Global Climate Risk Report 2020. It is an annual report that analyzes the impact of extreme climate events on the countries and their economies. It records how countries have been affected by the impacts of weather-related events like floods, cyclones, monsoon failures, etc. According to the report, more than 475,000 people lost their lives as a direct result of extreme weather events globally in the last 1 decade. The loss to economy is around $2.6 trillion. The report also ranks the countries according to their vulnerability to losses due to climate change. Coastal countries like Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and Bahamas are most at risk. India is ranked 7th in the Global Climate Risk Index. The report says that while some countries are more at risk, no country can escape the extremities of weather irrespective of its geographical location. Therefore, every government must invest in climate action. The next category is science and technology. SpaceX has created a new record of the most number of satellites carried by a single rocket. SpaceX rocket Falcon 9 carried 143 satellites into space on 25th January. The previous record was held by ISRO when it sent 104 satellites in a single rocket in 2017. SpaceX carried satellites or payloads for various government and private companies. The mission also carried 10 satellites as a part of Elon Musk's Starlink project. Starlink is a project to broadcast high-speed internet from space using satellites. In a major decision to boost the domestic defense manufacturing, the Indian Air Force has placed an order for 83 light combat aircrafts Tejas. At 48,000 crores, this is one of the biggest defense deals in India. According to Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, Tejas fighter jets are going to be the backbone of Indian Air Force in years to come. Tejas is a single-engine light fighter aircraft. It is indigenously developed by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. The next category is sports. Indian cricket team achieved a historic win in the 4th test match against Australia at Brisbane. With this, India won the series and retained the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Chasing a target of 328, India was helped by Shubman Gill, who scored 91 runs, and Cheteshwar Pujara, who scored 56 runs. Wickets kept falling, but Rishabh Pant stitched a crucial 53-run partnership with Washington Sundar to win the match for his team. Team India was playing this match without Virat Kohli, who was on a paternity leave. Ajinkya Rahane was the captain in absence of Kohli. This victory was special as Australia has not been beaten by any team at the Gabba in the last 32 years. Prime Minister Narendra Modi took to Twitter to congratulate Team India on its historic victory. In the end, let us look at some other miscellaneous news items. Australia has made a small but significant change to its national anthem to recognize its indigenous people. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison announced that the national anthem, Advance Australia Fair, has been tweaked a little to include the indigenous communities of Australia. The very first line of the national anthem is, Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free, which has been tweaked to, Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free. With this very tiny change, the country gets to recognize its ancient past that includes indigenous people. Prime Minister Narendra Modi flagged off 8 new trains connecting different parts of the country to Kevadia in Gujarat. The trains will facilitate smooth and easier connectivity to the Statue of Unity. Trains will connect Kevadia to Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Ahmedabad, Varanasi, Rewa, and Pratapnagar. Out of the 8 new trains, the Ahmedabad-Kevadia Jan Shatabdi Express has also been provided with a new-age Vista Dome tourist coach, which will be offering a panoramic view of the skyline. With this, we have come to the end of this video. We hope you like the coverage of topics in our monthly GK capsules. Do also watch our other videos. Happy learning! Thank you.